Well, good morning. I just thought I'd make a video. I just wanted to talk about two worldviews uh, that exist. Um, that's evolution worldview, as is commonly, you know, believed among uh, scientists and the Darwin idea, and then and salvation, and how they are mutually exclusive. Um, so, I mean, most people know how evolution works because people are very educated in that area, um, in our schools and everything. Common ancestor through basically trial and error, natural selection, survival of the fittest. And you get all this variety. Eventually, you get people like us, basically, and then goo to you. It starts with very basic um, life and to us. And I'm not going to argue about the mechanics of any of that. That's not what I'm interested in, because I'm dealing with the alternative view of salvation. And the reason why I say they're alternates is because evolution normalizes death. Now, because it's clear you need death for it to work. So the death is normal. It's a normal process. Otherwise, because evolution is considered a normal process. It's considered the process by many people as to how things are the way they are. So you have to normalize death for that to be the case, despite the fact that we're doing everything we can to prevent it. Death, that is. So anyway, uh, so the reason salvation is an alternate view is because for salvation, and when I mean by salvation, I mean salvation through faith, through belief in Jesus Christ. So that view says death is not normal, that it's abnormal, and so that and it's because, I mean, we can go back to the beginning. It's because normally death was not part of the picture. God created a perfect world where there was no death, but He wanted to create people like us who were like Him, creative um, beings with all the complexities and a mind and the ability to do many things as in him, in a similar way that He does things, and male and female He made us. I mean, this is in Genesis, first couple chapters, and but He wanted us to have freedom, free will. So whenever you have that, you got to give a choice, right? I mean, so even though He had the perfect place, had this perfect place in Garden of Eden, it wouldn't have been free if there was not an alternative choice. So He gave us a choice, and basically, what the choice was, do we trust Him for what is the right way to go about doing things, or do we trust ourselves, what we think? So, long story short, we know what happens. We decided to trust ourselves. But He did say there was, something would happen if we did that, and we would change things dramatically. And that thing was we'd bring death into the world. Now, we didn't die right away, obviously. So it was like a process. I think the first thing that we felt was spiritual death, is separation from God, and then this kind of animosity towards one another, because now we were deciding what we thought was right. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, whoa, maybe you should cover that up. I mean, so that, that was like the first thing that happened, right? So, so, so death is not normal in that view. Something that we brought into the world through our rebellion against God, and how that relates with salvation is that God didn't leave us out in the cold. I mean, He still loved us despite he, even though we made the wrong choice. So he was he immediately right after that he said, "Oh, I'm going to make a way out for you to save you from this choice, but you're going to still, like any thing, you're still going to have to live through the consequences of it, but you will have in the long run a way out, and that'll be through His Son Jesus." And Jesus would come along, of course, and that story is in the New Testament, where and He would pay the price that we were supposed to pay for our bad decision, and then by believing in Him, we could be saved from death. And now that didn't save us from physical death, but it saved us from spiritual death. So, in other words, we're still going to die. These bodies will still die and decay and everything, but instead of being spiritually dead, spiritually separated from God forever, we can now be reunited with God, and not only after we're dead, but starting now when we have faith in Jesus. So you have these two big differences. One says, no, death is normal, it's not a problem, it's part of nature and evolution, it's scientifically necessary for evolution to work. And then you have another view that says, no, death was brought into the world by our rebellion against our Creator who made us, who made all this stuff, and we can be saved from that through His Son Jesus. And so as long as you believe in evolution, and then you will not feel a need to be saved, even though death will still cause you to ponder, like, how do I deal with that? Because we all die, right? So, evolutionists, how they come to terms with death, I'm not sure, because I'm not one. But I think if it was true, I don't think we would be so upset about it. But what do I know about that? All I know is that even the evolutionists, are trying everything they can do to prevent death. So it kind of lets the cat out of the bag as far as death is not a comfortable idea for any of us. The thing that's different about salvation is like, well, yeah, okay, I understand now why death exists and what the cure is in the long run for the spiritual side of it, and also today, because when you become saved, you do start to die, in a sense, already from your old way of thinking, and it's not painful. It's actually you like it. I mean, you want that part of you to die. So it's like a process of with the old, like Paul wrote, we are made new. We are new creations in Christ Jesus. Well, it's a process. I mean, this newness, it takes time, and the old person is dying. So to us, every day we die some more. We kind of practice dying. So when we finally do die, it's like, okay, we're done. Now we get to really live. But until then, we have the various um, challenges of being, now that we've been saved, that's the easy part, really. You just believe, faith. The righteous shall live by faith. The next part is to be a disciple, and to share this information with other people, so they have opportunity as well to be saved and to escape, um, spiritual death today and forever. So that's why I'm posting this video. Um, if anybody watches it, comment below. Otherwise, it'll be stuck on the internet until they run out of electricity or clean out their servers. Thanks for watching. Bye.